Hey guys, it's Mel. So I wanted to come on, I just got home from work. I wanted to come on and do a review before I forgot of the, yesterday I showed, it was just a haul video, I didn't demonstrate anything, of the 3BIRDS. They're called Stamp Girls. They were on the HSN 24-hour craft event. So I was really excited about them, but I was kind of anxious to try them out because you can kind of like, I'll be the first to say I'm like a stamp snob, and now that I had the nice photo polymer, whether it was paper tray ink, the My Creative Time ones, Peachy Keens, like the best. I kind of didn't want to, mess with the, not all Michaels, so I shouldn't say that, but like, some of the stamps that are at Michaels and they're the clear acrylic, and they're really, I mentioned how some of them are so hard to even like pull off of the stamp set, and then when you ink them, the ink beads up and they don't quite stamp well. So I was kind of afraid, due to the price of these, and you get so many, whether these would be that not so likable material. So I tried them out and I figured I'd do my little opinion review. So this is just my opinion. So I stamped out a few. So I showed you these already, so let me put these in here. So I stamped out a few and I'll show you my results. So I tried a couple different things. They came with 2 inks, and I also tried, because I've been liking stamping my images in like a brown versus a black. It just gives it a different, softer look. And they even mentioned that on HSN, because they gave you a black and brown. So I want to show you. Let me show you my first ones. Okay, so the first ones that I stamped out, let me show you on this. I have to be careful because this one is wet. Alright, I'll tilt this way. So the first one that I stamped out, I stamped them in the Memento. It's just brown. I don't know what it's called, if it has a fancy name or if it's just brown. But I stamped 2 of them, and I wanted to wait to show you this. So her eyes are wet. I have glossy accents, which is the whole reason I wanted to get these girls, because I wanted to do glossy accents on their glasses, and I wanted to do glossy accents on their little eyes, because I think they're such a cute little area, and I think it'll be really cute. So it's not really doing it justice now because it's wet, but when that dries, it'll look like real lenses. And I use my little glossy accents too. I use my little bottle to put that on. So let me just talk about the stamp a little bit. So I don't know what you guys think, but I think she came out really good. But I will mention a few things. So, with trying them out, it doesn't quite clarify what type of stamps these are. And if I had to guess, they're not, what the heck is the word? If I had to guess, they're not the photopolymer stamps. They are the acrylic. However, they must be like a blend. Like if I had to guess, they probably use some of the good stuff and some of the, acrylic, the cheaper acrylic. But they're really, it's okay. They're not like Peachy Keen or anything, but they stamped really well. So just like anything, this one was like a mess up here. So I stamped her out, and I have a better version to show you. So just like any stamp, it seemed to be a better second impression. So use like your not so nice paper and ink it up, and then just stamp it off once, just on, maybe even computer printer paper or something like that. And then I'd recommend you stamping your second image on your nice paper, like, or if your Copic paper or whatever paper you decide to actually use. So I stamped her out. So here's her twice, and I have this folded over to show you. So here's her twice with, this was the Memento, because I want to try that first in case I use my Copics, but I ended up using, and this is just, oh my god, sorry, just the cheaper, like the color pencils, with the exception of her skin. But I did this, so so here's her in their ink that they give you. It's a little bit bolder. I think it, like, I don't know how to describe it. I think it makes thicker lines somehow, and I did this to show you. So here's side by side, and the one that's colored up is my Memento, and the one that's not colored up is their brown ink that they give. So I think it like runs a little bit, but just kind of in a good way, if that makes sense. And you can see, like, even in their hair. So if you look at both of their hair, like there's thinner lines with the Memento colored with the Memento colored one, there's thinner lines like in her hair here, and then this one's more bold. So I guess it depends on, you know, what you like. And then here's the glasses were stamped in their ink. So, and I think it slid a little, so it's not quite all the ink's fault. So I guess it's up to you, and you could either use, you know, what you have, your Memento, if you're going to color them with Copics, or that. But this one's hard to see because of the wet glossy accent. So here's another one. They stamped out one of the girls. So really it wasn't bad even on the first impression. So here's a great example, and I just labeled it so I can remember. So this is what I mean. In the first impression, and I tried to stamp evenly and, you know, do all that, and see how in her flowers there it didn't come out all the way, and a little bit on her boot. And then this was the second one that came out perfectly. So I mean, even that one's not that bad, but it's just to stamp off somewhere. I guess, you know, I didn't do any of that because I thought, if I have to do this, I know some of you recommended, like, if with the cheaper acrylic stamps, to erase them or buff them or file them. I hate that sound, and or like the feeling of it, and I don't know, I just don't want to be bothered with all that. So I thought, if that's the case, then these are going back if I can't use them. But it wasn't. They were really good. So despite the fact that I mean, unless, I'd be surprised if they were I keep forgetting the word. I'd be surprised if they were the nicer material stamp. But versus the acrylic. So here's some more that I stamped out and I colored. Her I'm still working on with her hair and stuff, but these were just some more that I have to go and I have to fussy cut around them. So they came out really good, and I stamped some of the accessories. This one right here, I want to color that and then layer it on top, like put a pop dot under. So cut them out and then put a pop dot under the flower and just kind of layer it on here. And I think this would be a cute Mother's Day card, which Mother's Day is coming up. So I want to, yeah, just trim around it, have that colored up, and just kind of pop dot on here so it's like a 3D bouquet of flowers that she's holding. And then I colored her, and I just did red, like Ariel hair on there. And I rubbed a little bit with my, they're with pencils, so I'm going to, you won't even see it when I fussy cut them out. So this was just kind of playing around on my break, so I could do the review for you. But I give them a thumbs up, and you know, they're okay with me. And I'm telling you, I am a stamp snob, where, you know, I want it to be the nicer material and not have to mess with the acrylic thing. But they're okay, even if they are, you know, acrylic. So I'm really happy with the way they came out. And so I think it was Stacy Rocks, I think her YouTube, something like that. Her YouTube name is, she said the same thing, that she was worried about the quality of the stamps, but they're really not bad. So I give them a thumbs up, and I like them. So I can't wait. I hope my auto ship kicked in, because they were saying they may not have enough to fulfill the auto ship, and then if they don't, then they'll refund you or whatever. But I don't know if this was just a single ship or auto ship. So we shall see. So thumbs up to this, and if anybody has any questions, let me know. Bye, guys.